So I just got done rewatching Endgame, Avengers Endgame, and I got to say, every time I rewatch this movie, it don't feel like it's 3 hours to me because it is like so dramatic at the beginning. It is like so action packed at the end, and like the sad ending, and they just wrap everything up right. And here's how I break it down. The first hour is basically, you know, uh, Tony and Nebula coming back from being stranded in space, and um, trying to find Thanos and try to see if they can find the stones, and then 5 years later come up with a plan to bring everybody back. And then the next hour is actually following through with that plan and find all six stones within three teams. It's, I believe, 3 different years to find all six stones, 3 different teams, like I just said. And then the last hour is the big fight. So, to make sure that past Thanos doesn't get the gauntlet and do it all over again. And, this movie is just awesome because in the last one, they just didn't really make any sacrifices. Basically, Doctor Strange was the only one that was willing to make a sacrifice. He said he wasn't going to give up the time stone. But in this one, even Hawkeye and Black Widow, they were fighting over who was going to sacrifice each other. And I think the biggest sacrifice of all was Tony Stark, Iron Man, and he is probably my third favorite superhero. And when he snapped, when Thanos snapped and he didn't have the stones, I knew exactly what Tony did, and I cried the scene where he passed away and the funeral. I'm going to give Avengers Endgame, now this is probably very biased, but I'm going to give it a rating of a 9.5. Now I do like Infinity War more, and I gave it a 9.4, but Avengers Endgame is the better movie, so it deserves a 9.5 rating, if that makes sense. I like Infinity War more, but it has a lower rating, and Avengers Endgame is the better movie, and I give it a higher rating. Once again, if that makes sense. This is a Film Fanatic, over and out.